Oh, it's way too early to tell. I'm very focused on what we're doing here in the near term. I'm always up for a good fight. I want to make sure that the ideas that I've been working on for a good part of my adult life are the ones that are advanced here in the United States of America, not those being proposed on the United States by this administration.
Well, that's former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo there, getting hit with a question on everyone's lips. Will he be running for President of the United States in 2024 if Donald Trump doesn't run again? And while he gave a coy answer of it's way too early to tell, it certainly wasn't a definitive no. So what a sight that would be if Mike Pompeo ran as a Republican candidate in a few years. The powerhouse Republicans spoke to Fox News anchor Martha McCallum about what's coming up for him in the next month as he is hitting the road to spread the conservative movement. He will be off to Texas and Nebraska in support of the Republican House candidates ahead of the 2022 midterm elections.
I'm going to work to continue to build the conservative movement in the Republican Party. That same trip is going to take me to Texas on behalf of a candidate, to Omaha on behalf of a congressional candidate, and do party building work in Iowa. I've said all along I am up for the fight to continue to build out Republican success. 2022 will be an important election cycle, and I aim to be an important part of making sure that we're successful in that election in November of 2022.
And of course, it wouldn't be an interview with Mike Pompeo without addressing the United States' position on China. Mr. Pompeo has held the stance for the last few months that the Biden administration need to make sure they are strong against China like the Trump administration was. He says it's too early to tell if the Biden administration is kowtowing to China, but that despite the fact that they are meeting with Chinese officials this week, dialogue isn't enough.
We'll see what comes out of their discussion. I'm glad they're having this conversation in Alaska this week. That's fantastic. But I've had those conversations. We had those. And we saw that the Chinese Communist Party wasn't willing to give an inch. They talk about win-win. I only saw them advocate for win-lose, whether that was with respect to the genocide that's being conducted in Western China, whether it was the enormous broken promise to the people of Hong Kong, whether it was the threats that they were posing to Taiwan, or whether it was the virus that they allowed to travel across the world and covered it up and now killed millions of people and destroyed billions of dollars worth of wealth, even here in the United States, enormous harm. Those are the kind of things that this administration will have to confront, and a dialogue is one thing that will take a series of actions from this administration to show the Chinese Communist Party that the United States remains as serious now as it was under the leadership of President Trump.